Hi, my name is Casey, and in this video I want to show you how to become a successful Rover sitter making over $200 a day. Watch to the end of this video to see how you can get started with this dog sitting business today, with no business setup, no special things, although you do want a fenced yard of course, maybe a good lawn, you want a safe place to leave the pups, etc, etc. Alright, first off I want to say, I can't show you how to make $200 a day sitting dogs if I don't have any proof that I can make $200 a day sitting dogs, right? So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you the 10 dogs we're watching today that equate to approximately $210.
There.
So we have a literal dog party out here. I hesitate to try and name all these. Let's see, we got Douglas and Daisy and Blair and Junior and Honey and Charlie and Allie and even Ginger. Okay, completely lost. Yeah, we can't even get a name out of the bunch here. And then we got Rosie over there, Rosita.
Okay, you have Rosita, Charlie, Daisy, Daphne, Honey, Allie, Ginger, Douglas, Junior.
Yeah, good luck keeping all that straight.
And Blair.
Let's see if you can get a shot with Champ through the fence. He's antisocial.
Yeah, we gotta catch them all. It's just like Pokemon. Champ! Where are you at? Oh, there you are. It's like looking through doggy jail here.
We call Champ Hobo Dog.
Oh,
Hobo dog, see if you can get him out of here.
well, yeah, how do you keep it so nice? You just, is there a special formula or what?
Well, once you get it established, we have to water it twice a day to keep the dog urine kind of diluted out of it. And then weekly you got to go around and spot repair. So you got to rake up where it's dead and throw new grass seed in. But yeah, it's amazing you have so many dogs and then have your yard not go to hell. The little spot is where they run out every day, that fenced area. So you got to isolate it and keep the dogs off it for a month before it get reestablished. But just weekly maintenance.
So yeah, we have a downside here, a con. You gotta keep your yard in shape, and it's a little bit more work than normal. So.
We have several water bowls out here too.
There's Dirk here. Hey Dirk, what are you doing?
His name is Dirk Diggler. He's,
So yeah.
Dachshund and Chihuahua.
So yeah, we have big, nice grassy yard, and we have medium yard, and then we have Alcatraz yard with the escape artist with buried fence and upper fence up here.
Fence buried in the ground.
Yeah.
Alright, so you saw how we had 12 dogs out there, 13. I kind of lost count, I'll have to double check the numbers. I think they said 12 though. But anyways, it wasn't always like that. So just like everything else, the dog sitting business started out small. I wasn't even on any website or anything. Initially, I just said, I need to pay for college. I want to go watch dogs. And of course, my mom and dad were like, that's kind of silly. You're not going to make any money doing that. But undeterred, I went out to the neighbor's yard and I started posting flyers on their doors and walking up and down the street and basically knocking on doors and see if they'll let me watch their dogs to get started. This did not pan out. I think one yard I kind of ran out of the yard as the dogs chased me out, and another one they just kind of, for the most part, people just kind of ignored me. I'm sure if I'd kept up that route, I could have gotten a few customers that way, but I just kind of decided to just sit and let it wait on a website that I found. So after the whole debacle of running around and posting flyers and that didn't work, I went on a website called Dogvacay.com. Now, Dogvacay.com is not around anymore. It merged into something called Rover.com. But back in the day, it was Dogvacay.com. And there, I sat for a while. And funny enough, one of my old high school friends was the first customer I had. So his mom actually found us and thought we looked familiar and left her dog with us and left a nice review. And that was the beginning. And once that happened, we started getting more and more clients. And we were fortunate enough to be one of the only 3 or 4 people doing this back in the day. So there wasn't very many choices, and it puts us in a prime position to get those reviews going. And that is key in the dog business. Get those reviews. So whatever you do, be sure to ask for a review, and definitely try and get them to say something positive and get your first reviews. The more reviews you have, the more you're up in the results, and the more people look at you and go, this guy knows what they're doing. Currently, we're at around 350 reviews. So definitely sitting pretty good right now. And for the most part, we keep it in repeat customers only. And be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more income videos like this. This may be a one-time thing. It may split off into another channel. But for now, I'm just putting it here, and hopefully some of you get some value out of it. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and discuss how I went from like 1 to 5 dogs to 10 to 12 occasionally. So what you saw at the beginning of the video was not a typical day. We don't typically watch 10 to 12 dogs. And like you saw, we have 3 people doing it to keep it safe. We've made sure that the dogs get along with each other. There's no problem dogs here. So you gotta be really careful about what dogs you let mingle. And I cut out some sections where they were kind of being a little bit snippy. So we got them separated back in the yard. So that's why we have our 3 yards. So 3 yards, if you're taking a lot of dogs, is super handy. If you don't have 3 yards, definitely be very careful about if the dogs get along or not. Thankfully, we've had no serious issues. We've had a couple bloody ears. No one was seriously hurt because we were able to separate the dogs. Super Soaker works great too. So you definitely want to break them up if they start getting in a fight, and don't let them intermingle the rest of the stay. So that's a con. You have some dogs getting into some arguments here and there. And another con to the whole idea is you gotta... So we talked about yard maintenance. I'll go ahead and put the clip in about yard maintenance, my dad talking about it. And as you can see, the yard, you gotta water it more often to keep the pee out and keep the lawn from getting brown spots all over. And as you can also imagine, there's a ton of poop everywhere that you'll need to clean up. But other than that, you just have to feed them and water them, feed them twice a day, and keep water out for them. And it's a fairly passive income idea. Just like every passive income idea, though, it requires a bit of work at the start and a bit of work taking care of the dogs while they're here. But for the most part, it's fairly simple. So, like I said, I started out with a friend, and then I moved on to, we just basically stayed around, and we had the advantage of being one of the first people to do this. And when we moved to Rover, we had already had like 100 to 200 reviews. And yeah, when Rover was blowing up with more and more people, we were still at the top with our reviews. We had migrated from Dogvacay. So very important to get your reviews up and make sure you're taking care of the dogs really well. You socialize with the owners and say, yeah, they were wonderful, they had a great time, they played with other dogs, etc., etc. So to expand upon your first client, so once you get your reviews, it kind of starts snowballing into bigger and bigger stays, more dogs wanting to stay. And don't let it get to your head too much. Like I said, you want to keep it a safe environment. You want to make sure all the dogs get around. So you want your meet and greets to take care of that. That's the first step. And the second step, if you can, go around your local veterinary offices and other places that service dogs and ask if you can post a flyer saying, hey, dog sitter in town, we'll watch your dogs and make sure they stay safe, have a beautiful fenced yard, etc., etc. So you want to do a bit of copywriting there. If you don't know what copywriting is, just try and make it so your house sounds like a nice place to leave dogs. You've got reviews, you're trusted, they can find you on the website and get a coupon for off their first day. And that's basically how it goes. So you want to get a little bit creative nowadays. It's definitely getting more saturated on Rover. So if you can make YouTube videos, if you can get a Facebook page going. I know I said no setup at all at the beginning, but don't post your listing and expect it to get rolling. I mean, you might get a couple stays here and there, but unless you put some work into it early on, you're not going to rise to the top of the list and be like the best of the best in town. And that's where we're at right now. We're the best of the best in the Grand Junction, Colorado area. Yeah, it's not a super busy place, but we do get like 10 to 12 dogs a day sometimes, as you saw. And honestly, even if you're getting like 4 to 5 dogs, which is much more manageable than 12 dogs, you're still making like $100 a day, easy. And I'm kind of splitting my income, so while I said $210 a day, it's actually more like $100 for me, $100 for the family upstairs. And I mean, the whole household gets it, but yeah, if you can take care of 12 dogs, you are awesome. I definitely, yeah, it's possible. I definitely want help if I were in that situation, but the more yards you have, the better, of course. If you have 3, 4 yards, you can separate them out. If you have helpers, you can have the helpers watch a certain set of dogs. So I watch a set of dogs, mom watches a set of dogs, dad watches a set of dogs on the lawn, and works out really well. I would hate to imagine what a solo operation would look like with 12 dogs, but I'm sure some people have done it. I've seen some pictures of Facebook people walking 12 dogs. And yeah, like and subscribe. Be sure to check out my Google Ads tutorials if that interests you at all, or also some other business ideas. It's kind of limited right now, I know. That's about it for Rover.com. So let's go over the steps one more time. You want to sign up on Rover.com. You want to get some flyers or print out some simple advertisement posters that you can post up in the veterinary areas or PetSmart, vet places. Just ask if you can post a flyer up on their board. They usually have one, and that'll help you get some early customers. And be sure to ask them to leave reviews. Take care of the dogs super well, and of course, yeah, that cash comes right to you, and it goes through their system. And the best part is they also cover the insurance should anything happen. Heaven forbid if that does happen, but you can't prevent everything. They eat a sock, they need surgery, someone needs their ear repaired or something. Highly unlikely that'll happen, but nice to have that safety net there. So that pretty much describes the Rover pet sitting business, how to get to the point where you're making $200 a day. If you keep at it and keep asking for those reviews, keep posting those flyers, I'm sure you will get there and become the premier dog watcher in your town. Thanks for watching. This is Casey signing off.